I'm here with head coach of the women's basketball team for Appalachian State, Angel Elderkin. How are you, Coach Elderkin?
I'm doing great. I'm excited for our game today.
Absolutely. You are tonight playing in the semifinal of the Women's Basketball Invitational. First of all, congratulations. Momentum. I feel like a basketball season is such a long season, and you can hit peaks and you can hit droughts. How were you able to make sure that your team was peaking at the right time at the end of this postseason?
You know, it's funny that you talk about that because as we headed to New Orleans, I felt as though our team peaked at the right time in New Orleans. We were playing such good basketball. And then when we got back and we were selected for this tournament, one of my bigger concerns was, had we peaked in New Orleans, will they have enough juice to finish this out? And then I think our team found another purpose coming back, being selected into the WBI and wanting to win a championship. So I think they've really just bought in to winning a championship.
The home crowd at the home center last time out against Marshall was awesome. You have another opportunity to host the game tonight. I believe if you win tonight, you also get the opportunity to host the championship game of this Women's Basketball Invitational. What did it mean to have the crowd last time, and what could that mean again tonight for you?
Yeah, it was a real special moment for our players. They talk all the time about how they want to play in front of fans, how can we get more fans in the stands, and we were really appreciative of the crowd that came out. I think the crowd that came out really enjoyed watching our team, so the hope is that they'll be back here tonight and they'll help us get another win. We've kind of dangled that little carrot with our team in terms of we earn ourselves another 40 minutes, we could possibly play for we will be playing for a championship on our home court. So I think our players are really excited about that opportunity.
I noticed after the game, I was a part of that crowd actually, and you picked up the PA mic to say something, and I was kind of on my way out of the stadium actually. I missed the back end. Could you reiterate for me what you said to the crowd?
You know, the first thing I did was thank them for being a part of our victory and just being loud and being in the stands. And then I encouraged them to be here again tonight to help us with another win. And I think everybody kind of, when I said we're not done yet, the crowd kind of erupted. So I don't know if they heard about the game time, but we've surely gotten out there, and we hope everybody will come on back.
Your ability to close out games recently has been very impressive. Teams have played you somewhat close. In the Sun Belt tournament, that was the case at times. In this tournament, that's been the case at times. How have you gotten your girls to the point where at the end of games, they're locked in and they're ready to close out for those wins?
I think it's more of the experience that these players had last year. We lost a lot of those games, and they're really focused on winning. I think LaPrecia Stanley has been a big piece of that, getting the ball in her hands late. I mean, Ashley Polachek in the last game hit some really big shots late. I just think our team is playing with a different purpose. It's not anything particularly that I feel like I'm doing. I think I prepare them for the moment, and then in the moment, our players are performing.
Absolutely. Tonight, you get Campbell. When you look at Campbell, just off the bat, what's something that jumps out to you about the Camels team?
Their pace of play. It's very different than ours. They do a really good job on the defensive side of the ball, but a lot of that has to do with their pace. They play a little bit slower on the offense to kind of minimize the amount of time they're on defense, and then when they're on defense, they force teams to shoot a really low percentage from the floor.
So coming into this playoff game, you're in the semifinals. Some teams, you can come into that game with a very hyped up mindset. I think at times that can come back to hurt you sometimes if you get yourself too excited for the game. Mm-hmm. At the same time, you don't want to come in flat. What kind of mindset do you want your team to come in with tonight?
We've been talking to them a lot about playing green, and really all that means is green means go, and just playing confidently because we've worked hard to be where we're at. I mean, our kids were in practice 130, and they still stay extra to get extra shots. They're still getting in their extra free throws. And so I think, we've found a happy balance throughout the season. I noticed sometimes they would be too hyped, and then we weren't starting. And now it's just all the focus on them, the key words, and then they just go out and do it.
Absolutely. Coach Elderkin, thank you so much. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up the floor to you. Is there anything that you want to say to App Nation tonight before the game?
One game is not going to define what this basketball team has been able to do. We want to win a championship. That's been our goal. Our players are going to leave everything they have on the court, and we'll be proud at the end, whether it's a win or a loss.
Thanks so much, Coach. I appreciate it.
Thank you.